Hello, everyone. Happy Tuesday. Hope everyone is warm and safe. I know we've all been wondering where Candace Owens was yesterday, and thankfully she was back today. And as suspected, she was down because of the weather. However, she did come back with yet more great tips that she received from, I believe, somebody in TPUSA. And we're going to listen to those that she dropped on her show today. And I want to remind you that this is 2 weeks, not even 2 weeks. It was not even 2 weeks after Charlie was brutally assassinated. So we're just going to get right into that right now.
I don't even know where to begin. The fact that we were able to pull off an event of a century, like it's just insane. We had over 275,000 people that attended, and stadium overflow, Westgate, insane, you guys. And then you have, was it 100 million? Over 100 million. I think over. You guys that heard the gospel and all about Charlie and all about everything that you guys do, and the hard work of Turning Point USA is insane. We had thousands that were registered to vote. I think we're at like over 200,000 for merch sales. Don't quote me on that because I think it just keeps like bumping up like crazy. But I just wanted to say a huge thank you to the events team, the development team, the graphic design team, the production team. It's just phenomenal. Their incredible work leading into the memorial. And honestly, a lot of the staff that worked on the memorial, they had 20-hour days for a week during the time of us grieving the loss of my husband. And honestly, I know several staff that didn't even sleep. Again, you guys are breathing angels, and I'm so grateful for all of you. And obviously a huge thank you to the Mosaic team. VI, you guys are 10 out of 10. Like we have the most incredible team. We just do. And you guys know that, and you guys are all a part of that. And I am so thankful. And if you do have a moment and you run into any of those staff members that you know had a role in this, and that they put a lot of their time and effort into it, just say thank you. There's something really special to be seen in moments like this, and it's not easy. I'm speaking from experience. I'm right in the trenches with you guys. And so the fact that you just, a simple thank you. I don't care if any of you have beef with each other from the past or have any issues with someone said something about this or that. Like, if you guys have any of that, please put it to rest. My husband's dead. Like, I'm not trying to be morbid, but he's dead. And it puts life into perspective of how short life is, and relationships, and God puts people in your life for a reason, and it teaches you a lesson, it teaches them a lesson. So if you are going through a time where, just lay it to rest, and we are moving forward, Turning Point USA 2.0 with Charlie in our hearts, and that's what he would want.
So that's just part of it. If that doesn't give you complete ick, I don't know what does. I got total ick. I mean, that doesn't sound, and I know nobody can judge anybody on how they grieve, but that's not grieving. It was more about hats and money and orders, and it's just all kinds of wrong. And it was a phone call to the staff. Even the staff had the ick listening to that nonsense. There's really no words besides gross, in my opinion. So here's another one.
I'm just grateful that while things were still in motion and moving around, that we had our leadership teams provide for you counselors, pastors. I heard there were therapy dogs. Slightly jealous that I didn't get to have any moment with a therapy dog. Breakfast. I was really adamant about making sure that we paid for your flights for your spouses to be there. That was something on my heart. You don't want to grieve alone. No one's supposed to grieve alone. It's not healthy. But I just think it's a beautiful honor that all of these benefits were made for the community to grieve and remember Charlie. And I really hope you took advantage of those in a healthy way when they were provided, because it's meant to be for everyone, for healing. Grief comes in waves. Some days are going to be tougher than others, but take it as it comes. And that's why you have your Turning Point family, and just lean on them and lean on other people in your life that will help you and pour into you and pray with you to get you through it. I say that, though, that if you do need more time to grieve, please continue to use Turning Point USA's network of counselors. We have pastors. I mean, there are so many resources for you. If you do need additional time off, please talk to your director about using paid time off for that. And again, it's not easy, but again, grief is hard. Otherwise, honestly, Turning Point USA and Turning Point Action, full steam ahead, you guys. Charlie would want us to get back to work, and that's what we're doing, and that's what we did with the memorial. And I'm so honored and proud of each and every one of you, because that's what we're going to do in his honor and in his name. We have so much to do, which is exciting. Charlie in heaven is like, you guys thought you had a busy schedule then, just you wait. And he's doing some awesome things with Jesus in heaven right now, but there's so much work to be done. I mean, since his assassination, we have 100,000 chapter requests. We have 300,000 new donors. That is a blessing in itself. Again, not normal. All God. I think we have 50,000 plus hat orders to fulfill. I mean, I'm saying these numbers because it puts into perspective that we're not just sitting and thinking and looking at the wall being like, what do we do? Like that, there is so much to do. You have over 20,000 AmFest registrations.
It's safe to say that Candace's face says it all on just how ick it is. I mean, it's gross. There is seriously something wrong with this woman in every way imaginable. I mean, there's just it's not, something is not right in her head. And I got another one. Let's go and try to stomach it the best we can.
Going to kind of want to say that she's happy, but then catch herself realizing that would be kind of weird to say that she's happy. Take a listen.
The prophetic mind of my husband was that he always planned for the future. You guys are obviously aware of like Vision 2025, but Charlie was also working on Vision 2030 in the weeks leading up to September 10th. And he was working really closely with Justin. And that's why Justin had been appointed the role of COO, because he was literally, I remember phone calls when Charlie and I would take our night walks, and it would be 10 o'clock at night, and him and Justin would just be talking about the plans. I was aware of the plans. I have his journals that are aware of the plans. Like, there is no confusion of what's to come. And I want to give you guys that reassurance that it's full steam ahead. And the board and I are working with Justin and the executive leadership teams to make sure that all of those plans come into effect 2030 and beyond. But I, again, am so grateful for all of you. I'm so proud of all of you. You honor my husband so well. All of you do. And it's weird to say I'm excited. I really hesitate saying that. It's really hard for me to say that. It's a really weird thing to say. But I think it comes from a space of peace, knowing that God's using this and we're humbly witnessing the gospel in real time.
So repulsive. That is all that can, I mean, I hesitate to be excited or to say this. It's disgusting. And I would like, so number one, Justin was put in as COO or CEO by Charlie right before he was assassinated and Tyler Boyer was removed, by the way. And the Doge audit or check or whatever it is, however you want to word it, however you want to word it. Actually, I have it. So we don't even have to word it. We can just bring it up. So effective immediately, Justin Strife is taking on a new elevated role with Turning Point USA as its Chief Operating Officer. Since joining Turning Point USA in 2020, Justin has led Turning Point's fundraising division and in more recent years, has been involved in more organizational operations, filling the COO role in many ways, but officially taking the title expanded responsibilities. In the COO role, Justin will directly oversee developments, events, finance, TPUSA faith, media, marketing, production, asset management, distribution, Turning Point, education, Blexit, HR, and legal. Justin will also closely coordinate with Andrew Cipher on a national field program. In this role, I have employed Justin among other priorities to engage in an organizational-wide Doge effort. So effort, not audit, effort. Justin will be assembling a small team to assist this effort, which is focused on Turning Point USA becoming more efficient, 2, becoming more cost-effective. Probably wondering how he was hemorrhaging so much money. 3, unifying the organizational success around the company-wide metrics and goals. Reshaping company culture and expect many positive changes to come from the forthcoming initiative in Justin's expanded role. Please join me in congratulating Justin in this new role with the organization. As always, thank you. Charlie. And then he was assassinated shortly thereafter, and Tyler Boyer was put right back into the position that Charlie took him out of, and the Doge was never done. All very strange, in my opinion. All very suspect, in my opinion. And to my knowledge, Erika still hasn't came up with a real concrete alibi for Fort Huachuca. And all it takes is common sense for one to actually, if you just digest everything that is out there to see and hear about this whole case, It doesn't take rocket science to figure out that shit does not add up. That Tyler Robinson did not assassinate Charlie Kirk. This was, I mean, be very careful, Charlie. The threatening message 2 days later, or I'm sorry, the next day or 2 days later, he was assassinated. This was in the works, and it's because Charlie, I think, was starting to have an idea of what was going on in his company. And that includes with his wife. Sadly, it includes with his wife. And she seems to be more, yeah, she's just, yeah, I can't. So Tyler Boyer, and to boot, he's got a criminal history. And there's allegations against him for other things that aren't so pleasant. But here, let's look at this. So less than two months after Charlie Kirk was assassinated, Donald Trump pardoned 11 Arizona fake electors, which Tyler Boyer was one of those. And he was put right back into the position Charlie took him out of. So Tyler, this is how Erika acts. This is how Tyler is acting. And then this whole thing. Yeah, Charlie Kirk fans snapped selfies with replica of tent in which he was killed. Okay, I can honestly say that Charlie Kirk fans would find this disgusting. This is just all kinds of wrong. In my opinion, whoever thought of this for their Amfest bullshit they had going on, I mean, they have really done just about everything opposite of what Charlie would have done. But yeah, let's slap up the tent and have people go in there and take selfies where Charlie Kirk was brutally assassinated. That's what everybody wants to do, is take selfies like that. I guess anything to, make some more money. So there's that. And then let's not forget Harrell Farnsworth, another person in Charlie's life that Tyler brought in.
Just shot Charlie. They just shot Charlie. They just shot Charlie. They just shot Charlie. He's dead.
He's so gross. So, a couple things about that. I mean, everybody has seen it, but just, so we can keep this all in perspective. His first response to the event happening, because I don't believe he was shot either, in my opinion. I don't believe that at all. His first response was to beat feet behind the tent and get in his little selfie spot and take a selfie video and announce that he's dead. Like, these people are so dumb. He never even laid eyes on Charlie. Let alone would he have known that he was dead. No way. But yet there he was, seconds after the event took place, taking a selfie video, looking ridiculous and disgusting, in poor taste. And that, that if that's true emotion, good God. I mean, we're all in trouble. He shows just about as much emotion as Erika has, and the great, wonderful Mikey McCoy and everybody else that was in his circle. He couldn't trust nobody that was around him, and for very good reason. Very good reason. So, and then I'd like to shout out to Project Constitution, because I've had this video, but found a better copy that he had posted. So shout out to Project Constitution. And if you don't know who he is, you should go over and check him out and give him a like. But this is Erika. So between Cabot Phillips and Charlie Kirk with another boyfriend. You know, she claims she didn't have any boyfriends and didn't date. But, you know, we have found out otherwise. But I want you to look at there's such a huge difference between her as this person and as Charlie's wife.
Hi!
Good morning, America!
I've lived in China. I've lived in Chongqing. I've been to Romania. I've been to Croatia. Lived in Puerto Rico for a little bit. Really handsome.
You look gorgeous. Are you fixing my... I got a little bacon. Babe, that's deep in there. Give them cleavage. People want cleavage. Showcase it.
Sex sells, babe.
Sex sells. That's me.
That's against our religion.
It's not. It's within the confines of marriage.
I don't... We need...
What? We're checking the lighting? Oh, okay. I didn't know we were checking the lighting. Roll camera one! Hi, I'm JT Massey. I am 25 years old from Chattanooga, Tennessee. I'm a minor league baseball player with the Colorado Rockies, and I'm going to be racing with my girlfriend.
Hi, I'm Erika Fransve. I'm 25 years old from Scottsdale, Arizona, and I currently live in Venice, California.
So March 1st, we went on our first date.
Well, I got it wrong because I thought it was the day before, and I called him and I was like, hi, so I'm going to be running late for our date, and he's like, actually...
Ick.
Or what? End up standing up from the table to call her, and she messed up the date.
I did. So we went to Maggiano's.
Yeah, it worked out.
It was good.
We went to Maggiano's. I picked her up. It was raining.
It was.
Kind of different night in Arizona, and picked her up at her house, and later met her mom on the first night.
It's a big deal for the
Exciting
first
stuff.
night.
Yeah, I'm not trying to scare her off or anything.
But it was good.
It was great. Easy conversation.
And then we spent literally every single day with each other since then. And I couldn't go to his house that he was staying at because I wasn't allowed to, because the girl who was married to the guy he was living with was very territorial of her nest. So we had to brainstorm of different places to socialize and meet at.
Hang out.
So we would close out coffee shops.
One thing I will say, she doesn't quite look as demonic as she does now, in my opinion. I mean, she seems happy. I don't know what happened to her, but I know that's not the same person that was married to Charlie Kirk, and that's not the same person that we see on TV that has, took his company and turned it into the pro-Israel cause that Charlie was feeling like he was going to have no choice but to leave, in my opinion. And Charlie's too, because, he said it in the text. But, just let's take it and do everything opposite of what Charlie would have wanted. We got more.
Somehow always find a way to make the best out of any situation that we're in. Because we like to have fun. Life's too short.
Like a long distance relationship, the travel and the communication required it's like we went through a little test through these first 5 months before.
Well, and not only that, like, think about the time difference. Like, I'm 2 hours behind, so he doesn't get to sleep until like 2, and I go to bed at like midnight or sometimes even later. And then when we are here in Tulsa together, we don't go to bed the first night until like 3-ish because we stay up talking because it's like a slumber party. It's
right, you're catching up with your best friend, and then she's on California time, and then it's usually like a late flight because she's
it's like a slumber party. Yeah, I don't see the demonic eyes there. I just don't. I mean, who is she? She's evil, in my opinion. She's evil, and there is no doubt in my mind that this has been nothing but lies and a cover-up. You don't get threatening texts that she's unaware of. She had to have been aware and was aware, and they were just trying to hide it. I mean, the only person that I'm unsure of is Andrew Colbert. However, Andrew is still, in my opinion, because he's still there and lying and feeding, alibis and bullshit key things that they want to get out, to target Candace or whatever through Gare Bear at Paramount. He's culpable in that way, but I kind of always felt like Andrew genuinely didn't have an idea. And I could be wrong. But I know Tyler Boyer, Terrell Farnsworth, Mikey McCoy, Elizabeth McCoy, Erika, Dan Flood, Brian Harpole, and in my opinion, Rick Cutler. 100% all these people are involved, in my opinion, allegedly. She's filed for a victim's right to a speedy trial because, again, she just wants this chapter to be over with so that she could go on with her at the reins of being the queen. And God knows what mess she has planned for the future. I know it wasn't with Charlie. And where are their kids? For the love of God, where are their kids? All the talking bullshit of being at home with her children, and not even 2 weeks into it, she's on there yapping and laughing it up. Not even 2 weeks. It's disgusting. And this is the things that are getting out. I don't know how they thought that people were just going to just go away and it was going to be okay, because it's not. And normal people are not okay with this. Normal people are not okay with this, Erika. They're not. Erika, look at me. Nobody believes you, in my opinion. You are guilty as hell. Erika, stop lying. Stop. Andrew, stop going through Gare Bear and feeding bullshit lies so that you think that we're stupid enough to believe, because we don't. Nobody believes it. Nobody believes none of it. You guys are nothing but a hot mess over there, in my opinion. Every time you tell lies, it gets bigger and bigger. The mess is messier and messier. And it's ridiculous. It's never ending. She tells one lie and tries to cover it up. Not that we believe it. And we find 10 things to counter it. And I mean, God forbid, I mean, I'm not saying Tyler Robinson is completely innocent. I don't know that. He definitely did not shoot Charlie Kirk, because I don't believe he was shot again. In my opinion, allegedly. I don't know if he was hired to come do, stupid shit. Like, maybe bring the gun and drop it in a certain spot so that, their narrative would have went over nice and clean and worked out, which it didn't from the jump. Right from the rip. Whatever happened, it was, I believe wholeheartedly, it was supposed to look like a gunshot wound to his chest. And I do believe it was the microphone, the lapel mic, in my opinion. And the explosion caused the shrapnel to come up into his neck and do exactly what it did. And then they had to do damage control. Right from the rip, they had to do damage control. And they were not very good at it. And the shitty part is because they knew that they effed up and nobody was buying it right from the rip. I mean, everybody was just online, on YouTube. This doesn't make sense. It doesn't look right. Something's not right. And just with the quickness, it came out fast that certain things were not adding up and the way they said they were. And then where's he buried? Is he buried? Yeah, I mean, where? Where is he buried? Erika, where is Charlie buried? Is he buried? Where is he? Is his body evidence? Yeah. Was the place he was at UVU crime scene? Yeah. That they immediately destructed and paved over, so we will never be able to check it as a crime scene. In what world is this okay? And Tyler Robinson sits on trial with looking at the death penalty, and he could be innocent. But we definitely cannot go back to the crime scene and determine any of that because they covered it all up. But anyways, I don't know. I just wanted to get on here and share that with you. And like I said before, I am going to be covering the hearings and the trial for Tyler Robinson. I've even considered going out there to Utah to maybe even do some interviews and see if I can't talk to some family. But we'll see. One way or another, I'm going to be covering the hearings and the trial. And obviously, I'll keep coming back with anything new that we learn. But I think, well, silence is complicity. We have to keep talking. We have to keep it up front and at the front of everybody's head so it doesn't go away like they want it to, because that's what they're hoping for. And that's what every big distraction and new thing that comes up is in hopes of, she just wants this chapter shut. Well, it's not happening. Erika, this chapter is not going to be shut. In my opinion, you're going to be queen for a hot second. That's it. Because your crown is being held up by your horns, in my opinion. So that's all I'm going to say about that today. I hope you guys have a good night. And if you like this content, please like and subscribe, share, turn on notifications. I'm new, so I could use all the likes and subscribes I can get. And I want to give a shout out to SJ, who helps me tremendously. SJ, you are the GOAT. So everyone, please, if you like it, even if you don't, subscribe and share. And until then, I will see you tomorrow, hopefully. Everybody have a good night.